What's up? What's up, guys? How is everyone? Getting pretty close to 100K. 35 left. It's it's always a moving target. Subs come and go, so I was hoping to catch it here in real time. And I don't have anything prepared. This is pretty impromptu, but it's really just a quick stream to say thanks. I'm going to try to sit here until we hit it. That's kind of the goal. How's everyone doing? Legit question. How long does it take to comb your hair? I don't really comb it. Really at all. Do you blow dry if it gets a little long, but normally it just dries with some volume. I put a little pomade in it, but I have pretty thick hair. So no comb. No combs are harm to the making of this hairdo. How are you all doing? Let me post about it. Just give me 1 second. Turn some music on. I don't know. They got these free, royalty-free stream music things. Why not? Let me get it posted over here. We're getting there. 34. 34 left. Let's see. I need to do more live streams. I mean, I haven't done one since March. It's been almost 6 months. Nick, I'm in Louisiana. Vinicus BP. I'm doing a full album reaction to Career Suicide by a Wilhelm Scream on November 1st over on Patreon. It just won a poll, finally. What's the best bass amp and combo? You answered your own question. PJ is my favorite bass pickup configuration. That's what I use in all my videos. They look like soap bars, but it's a PJ just in a soap bar housing. Drunken Knuckle. I do a lot of gigs in wedding bands. In fact, I have one this Saturday. Lately, I just run sound for one. Sometimes I play trumpet for this band. It just depends on how it's booked. What wedding song would you want to play as a bass player? I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston. That's a great one. Dancing Queen, ABBA. Brick House. Good Times by Chic. There's a ton. Any of that Motown classic stuff is amazing. What's up, Marcus? Leandro. Oh, my Spanish. My just rolling my R's isn't very good. I know that's Portuguese. Hello. You said cheers from Brazil. Thank you. This music ain't bad. This is Stream Beats. Harris Heller. Figured I'd put it on. $30 left. This might go quicker than I thought. Let me make sure my voice isn't too loud. Let's see. Drinking some beer. Got to celebrate this occasion. I have beer. No champagne. I should have. So this is a pretty impromptu stream. I just wanted to kind of catch this in real time. I am most likely going to do a sort of formal stream. Kind of like the last one if you were here for 75K. Give away something. I have a bass I want to give away. It's basically an exact copy of the one I use in all my videos. I might as well put a bass on. I feel kind of weird without a bass. I don't ever sit just at the mic by myself. Might as well plug it in. So, I have an exact copy of this bass. It's a different color. It's just black and silver with black pickups, but it's the same exact thing. I want to give that one away. And maybe some other fun stuff. Maybe a month from now, closer to Thanksgiving holiday, I'd like to do more of an official thank you party stream where I have a little bit more time. Nick CM, it's not Abita, it's Great Raft Brewing. Reasonably Corrupt. It's a local brewery here in Northwest Louisiana. I used to work for them. Amazing beer. Comfort Base. That's exactly right. What's up, guys? What's going on? Let's Q&A. Let's chat. 25. I have no idea how long or how quick this will go. Subs kind of come and go. It's an ebb and flow. I was just really trying to catch it in real time, just for fun. Acid Bath. Barrett, what's up, man? Trying to read everything. Did I watch the last NoFX show? Dead serious. Oh, we went down one. I lost one. It happens. I did not watch the last NoFX show. I was heavily contemplating going out there for the Sunday show. It snuck up on me. Like I had it on my calendar and it was like Wednesday before. And I just... It just wasn't in the cards. I would have loved to. I actually really wanted to catch the Saturday show even more. I can't... Whatever bands were on Saturday were all the ones I was more familiar with so far. I really wanted to see that one. But the Sunday one was the last one, and I kind of wanted to see it. I kind of wanted to make my very first punk rock show NoFX's very last show. That would have been kind of cool. Because I've never been to a punk show. I guess if you count me seeing Alkaline Trio with Coheed and Cambria a couple years ago, I didn't know who they were at the time. I guess you could count that. But it's a little bit different now that I know the bands. We're losing people. 78 down to 77. Oh, there, went back. Just subbed with my bot account. Hey, whatever helps. Thank you. Sanaka Edwards. I've definitely heard of Hatebreed. Probably heard a few songs, not super familiar with them. Filthy Phil, thank you. We got 20 left. What's up, guys? Thank you for being here. I didn't really promote this or announce it. We're going. We're getting there. My favorite pickups. I've used EMG pickups exclusively. Like, I've not played through any other pickup since 2012. That was actually my first endorsement. I still work with them today. They're my favorite pickups. I've used so many different models. We're going backwards. This is funny. When am I going to cover Lawrence Arms? They're on the list. Hello from England, Australia. It's pretty late over there for you guys. Would learning scales be more useful than learning a one hardish song on bass? I mean, I've taught bass for a long time. Not as much these days. Of course, I have my lesson content on Patreon. I did a lot of private teaching for many, many years recently. If I had to look back and think about what I got the most value out of, it was learning songs. Just to get you in the mode of playing longer, not just little riffs and licks, you know, just playing a full song, start to finish. Very important. And then go back and learn all the how and the why later. Highly recommend that. Timothy Phi, thank you. I recognize some of these names from my last stream. What's up, guys? Ooh, we got 12 left. This is going up. Thank you, guys. Daniel. Thank you, man. I recognize you from Patreon. Up. This is going to be a 1 step forward, 2 steps backward kind of day. Townsend McWilliam. Kind of shocked you hadn't crushed the skull a long time ago. Hey, man. All in time. I don't understand the hate on EMGs either. I know they can be kind of polarizing with guitar pickups, but bass is kind of a whole different animal, really. Las Vegas, hello. What's the plan at 100K? You're looking at it. Drinking beer and hanging out with you guys. But if you're just joining, this is kind of an impromptu stream. I just wanted to kind of... catch this in real time. We got 8 left. But I'm going to do a more formal stream. That's the plan. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks from now, where I can maybe have the little play button they give you. It takes a while to get, I think. Maybe give away a bass or something. Got 7 left. We're counting down. 6, 5, 4, 3. Holy crap, they're speeding up. 3 left. This went fast. I was expecting this to take quite a while. 2. Hit me with your rhythm stick. It's on the list. It's been on the list a while. Oh, 1 up to 3 left. I don't know why that's so funny to me. You downloaded Patreon just for my channel. That means a lot. Crash Raphael, I recognize you. Oh, 1 left. Thank you for being here, Crash Raphael. Always love seeing your comments. We got 1 left. I bet it's going to hit 100,000 and go back down to 5 figures. That would be so poetic. We did it. 100,000. Holy shit. We're here. We did it. That was very fast. Whoa. Thank you guys so much. I wish I had like a confetti popper or something a little more bombastic, but I thought this might be a little bit later in the week, just with some math, but here we are. Wow, thank you guys so much. I wish I could cry on command, because I that's how I feel, but wow. Thank you guys so much. Little cheers to all of you. This is a black lager from Great Raft, local brewery, one of my favorite beers. Little toast. This is to music. This is to bass. This is to all of you who have made this possible. I jump on videos and nerd out on music, and like I could talk about music all day long, 24/7, and never get tired of it. And I love capturing little snippets of that based on what you guys want to hear. You guys have turned me on to so much new music. It has completely changed the way I think about bass. I have checked out so much music I never would have checked out on my own. It is solely up to you guys, and you guys have delivered time and time again. So here's to you. Here's to 100,000. It's a big day. Can't thank you guys enough. Cheers. Well, we're here. What now? Can we get to 1 million on this stream? I think by my math, it says like 8 years from now, so I'm not even hoping for that. I'm just happy to even be here. We're going back down. We might have to undo that whole toast. We're going back down. If we go down and then go back up, I'll do another toast. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Con Radical, thank you. That's very generous of you. Generous. Okay, we're going back up. We're going in the right direction. I heard people talking about your channel at a show and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. That's amazing. My brother, who loves the channel, he always recommends me bands, is huge into Jiu-Jitsu. He's always telling me I need to get into it. And at some point, I'd love to get into that world just to get a little more in shape, try something different. I love the idea of it. Hey, we're going back down. We might get toast again. That just means I drink... Oh, 3... We're going to undo this whole thing we've worked for. Hey, it's just part of it. Some stoner bands. Scott Reeder. Scott, I still consider Scott a really good friend of mine. We haven't spoken in many years, but he was a Warwick artist, and I spent many weeks with him over the years at those camps. Scott's one of the greatest dudes ever. He is such a nice guy. I hope to see him again soon. Okay. I think we're in the clear. I have fans in Montreal. Thank you. I love Montreal. Montreal's always one of my favorite cities to play when I was touring. A lot of great shows there. I'm trying to think of all the different venues played. We did the Corona Theater. That was the last one I played there. That was amazing. With Tony McAlpine. I've done La Sala Rosa. Club Soda. Going off the top of my head. Montreal shows have always been great. Low End University, could you pull out your favorite bass and tell us why it's your favorite? I can make that happen. Yeah, think about it. That's like asking me what my favorite child is. I mean, this Green Jackson, I've really loved playing it. It's just very comfortable. But I'm going to have to go with... I'll go get it. I'd say it's this guy. It's got the lights on it. I mean, I really can't believe I own this instrument, but I picked a lime green chrome finish with I put aging, they reliced it kind of in this little line here, which is kind of where your belt buckle would scratch the bass. So I just said, go ahead and screw it up. And on the other side, it kind of goes around, you can see there, but on the higher sides, it's completely chrome, lime, I don't know. I just wanted a mean green machine bass that lights up. That's probably my favorite bass I own, to be honest with you. It's heavy. I mean, this is you can work out with this thing. It's insanely heavy. And when basses are heavy, they kind of suck to play live for long periods of time. So I don't bring it out too much. This is a mahogany body too. It's very dense wood. So Wenge neck and a Wenge fretboard. These are also EMG pickups. And whoever was asking me about the PJ pickups earlier, whoever was mentioning it, these are also PJ pickups. That's a precision pickup. That's a jazz pickup. It's just epoxied in a soap bar housing. But yeah, I mean, probably my favorite bass I own. I have a few. I should make a video on that. But I love this one. I'm going to go put it back. All right, put my headphones back on. Now that I've hit 100,000, you plan on starting high-end university? We only keep it low-end here at low-end university. No guitar players allowed. No, I'm kidding. I get comments all the time saying, I don't even play bass, but I watch your channel. That's cool. I'm very behind on chat. Hey, thank you guys for being here. I can't wait for the Tool Tempest. Is it called Tempest, that song? Tempest? Yes, that's coming up. I'm filming that one in a week or two. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks again to Con Radical for that super chat. It was very generous of you. I didn't have to undo the toast, so I don't have to throw up. My kid started playing bass, loves your channel. That's amazing to hear. Start him young. I started music young. I'm very glad I did. My mom actually kind of forced me into it. I didn't want to, with piano lessons. I think I was 4 or 5. I think 4. And I'm glad she did that. You should do the song Still by Rufio. That's on the list. It's been on the list a while. There's a lot of things on the list, but it's written down. Hey, thank you guys. If you're just joining in, we hit 100K. I was expecting to sit here quite a while. And it didn't take that long. I'm very grateful. My youngest son turns 7 tomorrow, so we have a birthday dinner thing for him in about 2 hours. So I was like, I might be late, depending on how long this goes. When am I starting a punk band? How do you know I haven't? No, that'd be really fun. Because I use that red bass in some videos. I gotta walk all the way over there and get it. It's way over there. That red bass I use in some videos. I used it in the Me First Gimme Gimme's video, Sublime, Blink-182. That was actually my first bass I ever owned. The red bass I have with the gold pickups. I went in a pawn shop. I had $75 cash. And I feel like he's like, it's $125. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not buying it. And he's like, I'll give it to you for $75. This was in 2004. It was the first bass I ever owned. And I still love playing it. It's a Galveston brand. Never even heard of that brand. When you look them up now, there's like nothing that ever existed on them. I have no idea what it is, but if I do start a punk band, I'm going to use that bass. I always get Spectre and Warwick mixed up. Both amazing companies. Spectre is a bass brand I'm going to invest in. I'm going to get a Spectre. And then that'll be one of the next basses I get. I used to play them. I sold it. Kind of regret that. They're amazing. Hey, if you're just joining in, we did it, y'all. I don't feel like I did much of anything. You guys are the ones subscribing and coming back and watching, so I can't thank you enough. This is really wild. I only now just realized the low end refers to the bass. It always just sounded modest. That's my favorite comment so far. Low End University. So let me tell you about the name. I have a lessons website. It's called lowenduniversity.com. I'm going to shut it down soon. I've just moved everything over to Patreon. It's kind of a long story why, but I started that website in 2014, and I always loved bass player jokes that make fun of bass players. I mean, I'm a bass player. I love self-deprecating humor. And I thought, what school would a bass player go to? A low-end university to learn bass. kind of a double entendre. That's how I came up with the name. Thank you guys. 100K, we did it. I love you all so much. This has been so fun to do the last 2 years. I've had the YouTube channel a lot longer, but I really got active with it January of 2003. Rancid's Life Won't Wait. Very curious to check out that album. Matt Freeman commented on my last Rancid video and said I should do... Oh, crap. Back something? I wrote it down. I can't remember what it was called. Probably going to do that one. It's not every day the artist suggests a song, so I'm going to take that seriously. Do you listen to NXS? Not really. I've heard that name. I think I know that one song they had, Need You Tonight. I think that's the one. Like, I know of the band. I've probably heard 1 or 2 songs, but not a band I ever really explored. So I have them on my list. I think at Mayor of Simpleton, I've had a lot of requests for. Do you do personal... Oop, lost the chat. Do you do personal reactions on Patreon or anything like that? Like if I wanted your opinion on one of my band songs. I've thought about doing something like that. If you're on Patreon, I have a whole request system over there that's been working really well. We just rolled out. I've got a lot of those in the queue. I read all the YouTube comments, so if you request something on YouTube, it's definitely considered. Obviously put a lot of stock into what the patrons request. It's a lot to juggle. There's a lot of comments coming in. So doing my best. I've thought about doing a segment like that. All in time, I would love to. All in time, I'd love to. Rick Raleigh, thank you so much. This little chat app I have is jumping up. Keep missing the messages before I even finish reading them. What did the bass player say right before he got kicked out of the band? Hey guys, I wrote a song. 10 out of 10. Thank you guys. We hit 100,000. Can't believe it. Have I considered a Lowen University Discord? If you join Patreon, it has a chat feature in there, a chat room inside that's been great, but there has been a lot of ask for Discord. Honestly, I've really never used Discord. I'm stupid when it comes to Discord. To answer your question, I am probably going to get one started where anybody can join. But it's on my list of things to do. So stay tuned. I would hope to. When reacting to a song, how much of it do you listen to figure out the tone before you start recording? I don't listen to any of it. None of it. Look. It's the nature of what I do. You know, I'll say, first time hearing the Smiths. People are like, how have you never heard the Smiths? I just haven't. Like, I'm completely honest with these videos. I listened to a lot of music growing up, but there's just a lot of it I didn't listen to. I grew up listening to a lot of 50s and 60s stuff. Beach Boys, Righteous Brothers, Marvin Gaye, Motown. A lot of Motown. Started learning jazz. My mom was kind of a classically trained pianist. And my stepdad got me into Rush and Van Halen, and I kind of got into a bit of classic rock. And then my friends in high school were like, hey, you got to check out Metallica. And then I just went like a myopic vision into heavier, thrashier stuff. So there's just a lot of music I've missed. But for my videos, I don't ever listen to them beforehand and then say I'm hearing it for the first time. I've never done that. I have perfect pitch. So I can hear a song and tell you what note it is and what key it's in seconds. It's cool, but it's kind of a curse because I can't really listen to music without overanalyzing it. I guess that's what I've signed myself up for. But when I'm reacting to a song, and if I listen to it beforehand, never. It's the first time listening to all the videos you see. Thank you guys for being here. We're 19 over. We did it. I was really thinking this was going to take a few hours. I don't even remember what time we hit that. 10 minutes ago? New channel, Mark shits on your band. I don't want to do that. Could be fun to do a roast, but being in bands myself over the years, I got roasted plenty, so I know what that feels like. Have you reacted to Ginger before? Yes, I've done 2 Ginger videos. I've done Wallflowers and Vortex. They were last year, so about a year ago. Definitely a band I want to get back to. I follow their bass player, and I've heard some of his playing. He's amazing. But it's not a band I've really taken a deep dive into their catalog yet. Backslide. Backslide's the Rancid Life Won't Wait song. I think Matt Freeman himself commented and requested. That was super cool of him. Probably going to do that one. Cheers from Scotland. I've got to go to bed. It's late. I don't think my boss will see this as good enough reason to be late. Have him call me. I'll take care of it. Don't be late. Set your alarm. You're doing great. Don't let this become work, because then you'll stop doing it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. But I feel very grateful to do this channel in the fashion I do. Please do a 311 video. That's a band I've been wanting to get to. Obviously know the song Amber and a couple of others, but they definitely fall in that category of bands I know of. I've heard a couple songs, but they're beyond that. Not really. How do I keep my hair so perfect? I don't know. Stay out of the wind. My entire mom's side of the family is Hispanic. They're from Guatemala. Lots of family there. My mom has very thick hair. I do too. So I just kind of lean into it. Yeah, lots of questions about Discord. I want to make it happen. So give me a little time. I'll see how to do that. Why no Ramones or the Sex Pistols yet? I don't get a lot of requests for either. I've had some requests for Sex Pistols. Actually, someone was telling me when I hit 100K, I should do Sid Vicious, the worst bass player ever. I like the idea. Just, it's very... I see something that's requested a lot, I do that video, so... Never say never. I'd love to. Sounds really fun. Nick, CM, we'll see you later, man. Thank you. Kevin Schumacher. I think I remember that name from the live stream last time. Thanks for being here, guys. How about getting back to Cigar again? It's on my list to do. Dillinger 4, they're on the list. Lawrence Arms are on the list. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, Mark, do I speak any Spanish? Hablo poquito el español. I don't even know if that was correct. Very little. There was a period when I took Spanish 1, 2, and 3 in high school, and I went to visit my family in Guatemala for the first time. This was in 2006. And like I don't know, it was like a third fluent. Like I could kind of get by and chat with, they were very patient with me. And I told myself I was going to go all the way and really learn it, but you don't use it, you lose it. And I've lost it. I've always been trying to make it a point to work it back up. Takes a long time though. Greetings from Brazil. Have you listened to any Brazilian music? Not much. I've had some requests on Patreon for Angra. I've heard a handful of tracks from that band. Felipe Andrioli, if I remember his name correctly. He's a fantastic player. When I was touring with Tony McAlpine right before COVID in 2020, Achilles Priester was the drummer. he was a powerhouse to play with. And he was from Angra, and he showed me a couple bands I remember, but nothing of substance. It's definitely something I'd love to discover on the channel. I look like Chris Damakis with Harry Mack. Get that a lot. I get a lot of comments lately saying I look like Sean from Psych, TV show Psych. I got a comment the other day that said, "How is life after filming Psych?" I said, "Pretty good. I can't complain." That was my reply. Choking victim, leftover crack, gang control, something. Those are on the list. What's your process to make videos? I usually film them all in one day for the week, so 2. I would really love to do 3, but I don't know. I don't want to just churn them out. Like I put a lot of thought into the videos. Obviously, the reaction analysis part is just raw. Like I'm just hearing it and talking about it. But for the research part, I like to go through and read about a band and find little tidbits that I think are interesting. And that process takes a few hours sometimes. I enjoy reading about bands and finding little things like today's video, Rise Against, Life Less Frightening. It was like they got their dream producer, but he turned out to be really tough to work with because they made us record every measure one at a time for 12 hours. Like that stuff's kind of fascinating to me. So I enjoy the research part of it. You know, the first minute of my videos where I just read a lot about a band without hearing them, and I go through and just find little bits that are interesting and try to arrange it in a little crash course about what I'm about to hear. That takes some time, but I don't really want to give that part up because it's, I think it helps me to understand the band before going in. So 2 videos a week, Tuesday, Friday. I'm about to start adding a Sunday video once a month. That is a random drawing of Patreon requests. I've got big plans to do more, but I'm just kind of easing into it. I don't want to overcommit and it just be too much. So, Mariana, that's annoying. That's me annoying you with Angra on Patreon. Hi, Mariana. I want to get to Angra soon. They've been on the list a while. I didn't have a song picked out. Gonna make it happen. I still find it funny how you remember playing in Regina when Fozzy blew up the PA system. Holy crap. When did I mention that? That's a real thing. Were you there? Yeah, so that must have been 10 years ago now, 2014. It was a tour with Glass Cloud, Monuments, Reflections, and Era. We had a show in Regina, Saskatoon, at the Exchange. Can't believe I'm remembering this, especially after 2 beers. But Fozzy, Chris Jericho's band, was added to the bill. I don't even know what the reasoning was. I think that was the tour. Or it might have been with Tesseract. No, it was with Tesseract. I'm sorry. That would have been in 2013. Tesseract, the Atlas Moth, and Scale the Summit. Yeah, anyway, Fozzy was added to the bill and they blew up the PA system. I think he was actually playing IGY by Donald Fagen for like a mix song. I don't know, random. You'd had to been there, but we were all like, are we not playing? Hope you do no more. No, hope you do more. No means no. That was a tongue twister. Been meaning to get back to them. So many bands I've been meaning to get back to, and only so much time, but I'm doing my best to get through all the comments and write them down. Have I heard of a band called Consider the Source? Yeah, I was in touch with their bass player over the years when I was in Scale the Summit, John Ferreira. Great guy, insane player. There was a period where I listened to some of their music. Excellent. It's been a while, though. Don't churn out too much. Too much normally means less quality. I tend to agree. I I try to really put a lot into each episode I make. Really research it. Not much I can do beyond that because I haven't heard the song, but I don't want to kind of dilute the channel with just tons of stuff. 90% of my time is spent reading comments, writing things down, to be honest with you. Thank you. 100,000, we did it. We're at 1,021. 100,021, what am I saying? I was going to laugh so hard because the subscribers would go up and I'd lose a couple, and go up and lose a couple. If it went back down into the 99,000s, I was going to be tickled by that. Patreon crew, what's up? I recognize a lot of your names here. I posted in chat over there I was going to do this, and it started creeping up, so I just jumped on. I'm so sorry I didn't let you guys know. But we're going to do another stream. If you're just tuning in, you've been here a while, I'm going to do another, like, formal stream. Maybe later next month. Where we can hang out and I can have a bit more of an activity prepared or something. This is just impromptu. I just saw the subscribers getting close to 100,000. I can't believe I'm saying that. But I wanted to try to catch it in real time, and I'm so glad I did. Diana Ellig, thank you so much. I also recognize your name for Patreon. Well, I don't have much else. I really just wanted to kind of jump on and say thank you guys. I started this YouTube channel 18 years ago. I was in 10th grade in high school. And had no real ambitions to do much with the channel. For many years, it was just kind of a catch-all for random bass covers. If you scroll far back enough, I think you can find some of my old Metallica covers. My very first YouTube video was Metallica, Orion. You know what? Why don't I pull it up? See if I can find it. I think this is... I privated it. Here it is. Hold on, I've got to resize the window and all this stuff. This is the first YouTube video I ever made. I'm not going to play the sound because it'll be a copyrighted song and it'll shut the stream off. But that's my old childhood bedroom. Look at that CRT TV there. This baggy pants. The first YouTube video. This was uploaded on, it says 17 years ago. Look at that date. So whenever I made this video, I didn't ever expect to hit 100,000 subscribers. But that's the first video I ever made. There you have it. There's a lot of other ones privated in there. I just... like the sound quality is bad. I don't know. I just kind of turned them off. But where was I going with that? Yeah, so the YouTube channel was just kind of a catch-all for random covers when I felt like it. Bass lessons. I started my lowenduniversity.com website. I put a few sample lessons on the channel and some gear demos. I mean, it was very irregular. There was not much to it. And the end of 2022, I wasn't touring anymore because COVID just kind of killed that for me. I was actually touring up until the exact day the whole country shut down. I played a show in March of 2020. It was March 12th on a Saturday in Las Vegas at Counts Vamped with Tony McAlpine. We were supposed to go to Europe in April and May. It was supposed to be like a 5-month tour because we had been on tour since January. And I was going to be gone like half the year. It was an amazing ride. We toured with Sons of Apollo, which has Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater now, Billy Sheehan on bass. I mean, it was a crazy, surreal moment for me. But the whole thing got cut short. We all went home for COVID, and I haven't toured since then. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? Well, I've got this YouTube channel. Maybe I should revive it. So for a while, I did Twitch streams. And what's funny about me doing these first-time listens and things I do now on the channel is that I had a segment on Twitch for a while. It was literally titled, I will listen to your band's song one time and then I will play it. It was a fun challenge. So people would submit their band's music. I'd listen through it, make a bunch of notes on a piece of paper, and I would try to play it. And people would submit like death metal. It was really fun to kind of squirm through it. But the Twitch requires constant live streaming, multiple days a week to really grow over there. So I just couldn't keep that up. So I was like, well, I got this YouTube channel. What should I do? And to be honest with you, I just thought, let me do something that's maybe a little entertaining, a bit educational, but just put some positivity into the world. World's a crazy place. You don't need to hear that from me. And I just thought, let's listen to music and talk about what makes songs good and what makes the bass lines great. I just wanted to do something positive. Just talk about music and nerd out over it. And I wasn't really sure how to do that. And I picked 5 songs I liked, which were the first 5 reaction videos I did here on the channel. And I just picked different genres, different eras, and I just broke the lines down. And I originally titled my videos like Bass Instructor Analysis. Like it was nobody was really searching for that. And I started getting comments that was like, hey, you should react to this. You should react to that. And I started getting requests. And I was like, well, let me just title the videos Reaction, because what does that mean? And I had seen reaction content, and some of it is I don't like. I prefer the reaction channels that add a lot of analysis. You know, I saw episodes where like doctors would watch like Grey's Anatomy and talk about the faux pas in the TV show. And I thought that was really interesting. I was like, well, maybe I could do that for bass. Just listen to music and talk about what I hear from a bass line perspective. And then I eventually, in my research, found other channels kind of doing that for their instruments. Like I found the Charismatic Voice. I really like that channel. She does an excellent job talking about the voice and the analysis of that. And I was like, I should do that with bass. But I didn't think of it like reaction content. I just wanted to kind of break it down. So I'm filming episode number 178 tomorrow. So that will be in 177 episodes so far. And it has brought me to 100K. That's why we're here. And I can't reiterate enough that it's because you guys have shown up, have turned me on to some great music, and I've had such the honor and the pleasure and been so grateful to hear this music you guys have requested. Bands I would never in a million years check out on my own volition. And this has kind of forced me into listening to some of the bands I kind of wrote off. I make that comment a lot. Oh, I heard this band. I kind of wrote them off years ago. I don't know why, but I really like this. Maybe I should have given this a chance. So it's been as selfish for me to hear some of this music. And it's been as, I don't know, selfless to just let the audience kind of guide me where to go. So I just can't thank you guys enough. That's my story. That's the story of the YouTube channel. 18 years. And that's really it. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Again, I just wanted to jump on here and try to catch this in real time. I'm very glad I did. The math was mathing today. I was like, I'm getting about this many a day. Let's see if I can time it. So it worked out. But, ooh, that was a big drop. Looks like, was that 2 subscribers that left? I've been kind of neglecting the chat. Thank you guys so much. I'm kind of reading your comments. I don't take any of this for granted. I think my favorite part, I can't stress it enough, is to have you guys turn me on to great music. It's super cool. I love this idea that I've gotten into punk rock. I would have never in a million years willingly checked it out. And now I'm a huge fan. And it's been super cool. And the last thing is a little story I want to tell. I've been thinking about making a YouTube video on this topic. Just me sitting here talking, because it's really important. It's something I've realized about doing this channel. And I'll probably do it eventually. We'll see. But the idea is that, why do I like doing these videos? I'll tell you why. So, I'm sure a lot of you are maybe my age. I don't know, the age demographics on my analytics are kind of all over the place, but it's very like 35 to 44. So I imagine a lot of you grew up similarly in the era I did. I was born in 89, so I was very much a 90s kid, early 2000s, burning CDs, Sony Walkmans, cassettes. My favorite thing about doing this channel is that it's forcing me to listen to music in the way that I used to listen to it. So let me explain what I mean by that. I can't tell you how many times in middle school, when all of my friends got the family computer, we burned CDs, we made mixed CDs for each other, and we would just trade them. It would be like, hey, give me your CD, I'll give you mine. And then in 2 weeks, we'll give it back. And then I'll trade with someone else. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have that kind of experience. So I would get CDs where I kind of knew what my friend was going to put on it, but they would always throw in some tracks I'd never heard of. So I would pop the CD into my little Sony 3-disc changer in my bedroom. And I'd, track 1, track 2, track 3. Oh, he picked them really good. And I'd get to like track 6. And I'd go, I have no idea who that is. I don't really like it. Skip it. Go to track 7. But I would kind of cycle through that CD for a week or two, just kind of let it loop. And every time it got to track 6, hypothetically, whatever track that was, I would kind of go, okay, that's kind of clicking with me a little bit. I like it. And a lot of times I wouldn't even know who it was, or I'd forgotten what he told me. And maybe 3 weeks later, I would actually seek out track 6 and go, you know what? This has really grown on me. I kind of wrote it off at first, but I like this track. And I would ask my friend, what was this band again? And they'd say, whoever. I really don't remember who it was at the time. And then I wouldn't really think about that band for a couple months. And then maybe 2 years later, my friend would go, hey, that band you mentioned on track 6, they've put out a new album. I got a copy of it. You want to borrow it? And I'd go, sure. And I'd get that album. I'm really trying to think who I'm referring to here. What was I listening to back then? It'll come to me. But the story is that I would get their new album, and I had slowly warmed up to this band, and now I like them. I think we've lost the process of just marinating in the music, because this is such a 90s, 2000 thing. Like, you would get one album and wear it out, even if it didn't really click with you at first, but you would give it a chance. You would listen to albums 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and they'd start to click. Versus today, Spotify, streaming. Spotify will feed you a song, and if in about 10 seconds you go, I don't like that, you just skip it. Never hear it again. That might have been your favorite band. You just didn't know it. So to tie this together, why do I like making these videos and this channel? It forces me to marinate in the music. And to add an extra layer to that, I found myself now living in this like musical bubble, like a vacuum, where I don't seek out anything punk related, like anything that might infringe on my to-do list for the channel. I stay away from it. I listen to familiar stuff. I listen to the bands I grew up listening to a lot. I don't ever seek out new music on Spotify because it might queue up a song I'm going to do for the channel. So in a weird way, I found myself in this bubble where I don't check out new music unless you guys are recommending it. So here's another example. I hear a track on YouTube that you guys recommend. It's a band I've never heard. I hear it. I like it. And then maybe 5 months later, I'll come back to the band for a second time and I'll go, you know what? I like this a lot more now. And it's that elongated period of kind of letting music marinate in your subconscious and really giving it a chance before writing it off. I think that's what's lost on today's generation. And I don't want to sound like a boomer sitting here. I'm only 34. I turn 35 next week on the 30th, day before Halloween. So I don't want to have this like hot take thing, but it's just something I've noticed that I'm a lot more willing to explore a band because I've had some time to kind of sit with them, and I'm really forced to sit down and submerge myself in what I'm hearing, especially with the full album reactions I do on Patreon. Like, I haven't listened to albums in that way since I was a teenager, but on Patreon, I'm sitting there listening to them from start to finish, just like I'm sitting here talking to you. And it just forces you to marinate. I can't skip it because I didn't like the first 10 seconds of it. So that's the kind of a unintended byproduct of doing this channel, is that I found myself a lot more open to hearing new bands and new music. And it reminds me of growing up. That's what it reminds me of. Being in middle school, listening to the same CD 30 times, and maybe on the 31st listen, I'm like, that's it. That's why I like them. It clicks. It just has to hit me the right way. So that's my soapbox moment for today. Let the music marinate with you a bit longer. I'm guilty myself of being on streaming and just skipping through until something grabs my attention. So it has kind of forced me to harken back to those days and really give artists and give albums a chance, give songs a chance. Because some of the greatest bands I love, some of the greatest albums and songs, I didn't like at first. I don't think people give music that kind of chance today. You make that judgment in the first few seconds. Do I like it? Do I not like it? So that's my story. That's why I like doing this channel. That's what's been fun about it. So there's that. And check the chat, and then we might wrap this up. I've got my son's birthday dinner here in about an hour. He turns 7 tomorrow. What are you guys saying on here? When can we expect more math rock or hardcore? I actually just filmed a video for Finger by Elephant Gym. That was fun and a bit different for the channel. Very, very nice. I didn't expect them to sound the way they did. I think that video goes up November 1st. My next 2 videos are Halloween themed. Don't let the thumbnails freak you out. Had a little fun with them. Thanks, guys. We did 100K. I see a lot of you just joining a little while ago in the chat. You guys are so kind. Thank you so much. None of this. This is all possible because of you guys. I'm going to be a broken record and say thank you, thank you, thank you. I really mean it. This has been such a fun chapter of my life. I posted my first reaction video in January of 2023. No expectations. This has just been awesome. But I'm going to wrap it up. This is fun, and I'm glad I was able to catch it in real time. I was a little unsure if I was going to be able to. Cheers. Also realized the music turned off. Yeah. Love you all. Rise Against, Life Less Frightening went up today. That's a band I can really get behind. I really liked what I heard. And I have so much more music coming up. A lot of bands I wished I would have checked out, never did. Tons of oddballs, tons of things you guys have requested from my Patreon community. Those requests are going to start rolling out next month. And I'm just excited. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I appreciate you guys taking the time to come join me here on the stream. I wish I could have promoted it a bit more, but I'm trying to nail a moving target. But much more coming from Lowen University, all in time. If you leave a YouTube comment and request a song, I see it. I don't want anyone to feel like their request or comment is unseen or unheard. And this is awesome. This is a big day. 100,000. I can't believe it. But I'm going to sign off. It's been a blast to kind of catch up with you guys. I hope and plan to do maybe more often live streams. These are a lot of fun to just kind of hang out. But that's the moral of the story for today's video. Let the music marinate with you a bit more. It certainly has with me on the channel. Thank you guys again. We did it. All possible from you guys. I love you all a ton. If you'd like to support the channel further, as I always say, come find us on Patreon. I'm doing a Wilhelm Screams Career Suicide full album review, goes up on November 1st. I'm really excited for that one. We have a great community over there. And your support just helps make this possible. All the things I do and want to do. So I hope to see you there. If not, I love seeing you here on YouTube. I'm very grateful to be doing both. Until next time.